So this is an S130 Bobcat with the Kubota engine in it. The water pump is leaking. We're going to record us while we replace it. I hope it helps you guys out. I started by wanting to get access into here. So we're going to remove this belt guard and the fuel filler hose. The throttle linkage runs through the belt guard, so that's got to come off. And the rear light harness is just a little bit of a pain as well. That's how the belt guard comes off. Now we can see in here, right here's the water pump. In behind the alternator, or the water pump pulley that's tightened by the alternator. We know it's leaking because right down here on the weep hole, you see all that brown coming down? Can you see that? That's how we know it's leaking, because we see that brown right there is a better view. So it's a good opportunity to replace the alternator belt while you're in here. Now it's pretty basic from here. We take all these bolts out around this water pump. Oh, that one's going to be a little hard. We're going to loosen the bolts and turn the camera back on when we get closer here. Okay, we're back. There's both 10mm heads and 12mm heads. This is the 12mm. There's different lengths. Some of them go only through the water pump, and some of them, like this one right here, go all the way through the timing cover and into the crankcase. And there's some smaller ones on the lower end. Another one hidden back here. And one more bigger one at the bottom. That goes all the way through. We did get lucky on that one behind the timing pulley. It's short enough that you can pull it out without taking the timing pulley off. So that's a big win, at least for me today. And there, all the bolts are out. Nope, not quite. Got one left. I bumped it a little kind of hard with a hammer just to break the gasket loose. The guide pins are still here, so we have to kind of bump it off. We are losing a little bit of antifreeze that was down in the bottom. There's 3 guide pins on this water pump. Some of the older machines only had 2, but you just kind of got to work the ends, the front and the back, the top and the bottom, to get those pins loose. And there's the defective water pump. We know it's defective because the weep hole here is all wet, and you can see how it's all brown from antifreeze running down it. That was the only clue. The bearings were still tight. That was the only clue. The engine was slowly leaking water. We couldn't figure out where, and once it got a little worse, you could see it starting to get warm here. When it was very, very small leak, it'd evaporate as fast as it had come out, and it was really, you had to know to go in there and look and see that brown residue. It wasn't wet, just the brown residue was the very first clue that there's a water pump problem. So now we're going to clean everything up and put a new gasket and a new pump on there, and then you can watch us put it back together.